For the last 20 days, I have vibe coded over 20 apps nonstop, building whatever felt right in the moment. No planning, no overthinking, just pure creative flow. And what started as an experiment in trusting my instincts turned into something I never expected. So I set out for one rule. For 20 days, I would only code what I genuinely wanted to build. No roadmaps, no user research, just vibes. And here's what I didn't anticipate. One of these apps that I built, I actually use every single day, and I'm now turning it into a full-on software company where I have real users who are paying cash for it. And the craziest part is I vibe coded it in less than 3 hours. Let me show you all 20 apps that I built, what this taught me about creativity, and why the worst app might actually be the best thing I ever coded. Alright, before I show you the apps I built, let's make sure we understand what vibe coding is. Because it's not just building random stuff, there's actually a method to the madness. Alright, I gave myself 3 rules. The first one was this: no planning beyond 15 minutes. If I can't explain the idea in a few sentences, I don't build it. Second, I have to ship something every single day. Not perfect, not polished, just functional. And third, probably the most important, if I'm not genuinely excited about creating it, then I'm over it. I'm just not doing it, I'm not forcing it. The first few days were actually pretty painful. My brain kept wanting to plan, to optimize, to make sure every little detail was perfect. I'd catch myself opening up Figma or trying to look up other tools that are similar, but all of this was really just getting in the way of understanding how the world is developing with AI and being able to code with just a text prompt. This sounds ridiculous, but everything has changed. And so the way I approach this, I try to stay in line with that. So day 1 started simple. I looked at Asana, which is a super powerful project management tool, but it has so many features that I don't use that basically the whole tool becomes useless to me because it feels overbearing. And I said, wait, what if I just built my own Asana, my own task tracker, and just have the basic features: add tasks, mark them complete, add dark mode, even have voice to text. 78 prompts and 3.5 hours later, I had exactly what I needed. Nothing more or nothing less. Day 2 was actually one of my favorite builds. It was called Coffee Mate. You know how you go to a coffee shop and you have to answer like 6 to 7 different questions to get your order right? Do you want iced or hot? Do you want small, medium, or large? Do you want what type of drink? What type of milk? What type of sweetener? All that stuff. Is it for here to go? There's a lot of questions that you need to answer. What if you could just all have it on your phone in a preset order that you could just show the barista and they could just take track of all that? And what if you could set up that order and then send it to your friend live? Even if you make updates to it, they'll have it. So when they go take orders for the entire team, they'll have all the orders ready to go, memorized, no having to go through a text thread. So Coffee Mate made all of that really, really simple. It would straight up generate a link that you could just share with anyone, which I thought was so cool. Day 3, I was getting a little bit more ambitious and I wanted to build something I called compound content, a tool that takes one piece of content and could repurpose it across platforms. So you write one post and you could post it everywhere. This kind of tool that you'd probably pay normally, say like $50 a month for, to some type of SaaS company, I built in a day. Day 4 was fun, and when I shared this one on my social platforms, it got a lot of engagement. This one I called Sponsor CRM, which was my personal way of tracking sponsorships. I get a lot of messages each and every day for new sponsorships and didn't want to keep tracking it via email. So 88 prompts, $12 later, and 2.5 hours later, I had it built. Plus, I asked the AI to make it look a little bit like Claude, so it felt similar to that experience, which was really exciting. And this is when it got crazy. Day 5, I built 2 apps in a day because why not? It literally was just coming to mind. I was flowing. I was able to build them both in less than a few hours. And then this kept just leading to more and more app builds. And by the way, if you want to see the full list, check out a link down below. I have all the apps there for you to access. So day 6 was an upload assistant that helps me when I upload videos to YouTube. Day 7 was how do you take a bunch of HTML files and turn it into a PDF without having to pay another software company. Day 8 was an Amazon review generator. Day 9 was content flow, which helped me generate new content for YouTube videos. Day 10 was daily verse, so when I want to read the Bible in the morning and reflect, I could even do it with AI, and that's what that tool was. And day 11 was my AI hook generator, which we will talk more about in a moment. Day 12 was my therapist AI. Day 13 was a way to create reviews for Yelp, because you want to become a Yelp elite, you'll need a lot of reviews. Day 14 was something I called Idea Forge that help you generate ideas of businesses. Day 15 was a way to scrape and analyze websites for their core function and tools. Day 16 was a way to schedule meetings across multiple time zones. And the list goes on. And leading up to day 20, the last day, I was done, mentally cooked. So I built what I called Code Roast, an app where developers can roast each other's code. It literally goes in there, evaluates all the code written for an application, tells you what's good, what to change, all of that. And I built that in less than 2 hours. So what did I actually learn from all of this chaos? First, your worst idea might lead you to an essential tool. That coffee order app, well, that tool led to me creating the AI hook generator, which is going to be a tool that I end up scaling. If you clicked on this video, I actually used the AI hook generator to generate the title of this video. Number 2, speed beats perfection. In today's world, anyone can build software, and it's not just about shipping, but it's about being able to ship fast, iterate, and not wait for perfection. The reality is all of these vibe coding tools are at their base level. Are they perfect? No, but they are only going to get better over time. Third, the constraint of building daily forced a lot of creativity, where I built apps that I normally would never have thought about or tried to think of even building, and I learned a lot of valuable lessons from each app I built, because as I built it, I would run into specific problems, and those problems would then lead to new creative solutions that I would then implement as a starting point in whatever I built next. But what was the biggest lesson? Well, AI promises a lot and it gives a lot, but where do you find joy in actually using AI? Every app, I'm not going to use it long term, it's not a new startup or any of that, but every project doesn't need to scale to 1 million users for me to be able to learn from it. So, out of all of this, building every single day imperfect apps led to something that I never would have imagined. I am now starting a software company. The hook generator is already generating new opportunities for me. It's getting me in front of larger audiences, and all my content is being engaged with more because I use it as a prerequisite before I post anything. And I built all of these apps in less than 3 hours a day and used less than $500 to do all of this. Traditional development would have cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars. I never would have been able to iterate. I never would have been able to learn all that I learned in a 20-day period if I tried to do it the traditional way. I would have gotten caught on so many different issues before I even had the chance to learn as much as I did in this process. So I just took $150,000 worth of learning and learned it in less than $500. Now, whether you are a seasoned developer or you have never written a line of code ever, I have one challenge for you. Try vibe coding just for 1 weekend. Build something stupid, build something like that just makes you laugh, but build something that has one core feature, one problem that you solve. Don't overcomplicate it and have fun with it. The future is here, and right now you have an opportunity to be ahead of the curve with vibe coding. I've actually landed a pretty sizable project to write an article on vibe coding, and this is something I started 6 months ago and just did this 20 apps in 20 days. So go have fun, go build, and if you want to see all the apps, you could see them down below. You could actually remix any of them and make them better today and get started. I use Replit to build all of these. In my opinion, it is the best out there in this category. So check out the link down below to access Replit, and you'll get a $10 credit to get started today. The only thing you'll fail at is if you don't try. Don't worry about building the perfect app, just build something for fun to learn the tool and get started today. And who knows, you may have your future business that generates a ton of cash flow, helps a ton of people, that you can start to build on the weekend. If you have any questions, drop them down below. If you do build something, drop that down in the comments below. I would love to see it. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.